Hey YouTube, this is Trent Blevins, and today I'll be showing you how to replace an LG G5 screen. So the first thing you'll want to do with your G5 is you'll want to remove the battery, and by doing that there's a clip down here at the bottom left. You'll want to pull the bottom of the phone out towards you, removing the battery from the unit. Set that off to the side. The next thing you'll notice is down at the very bottom there are two screws that we will be taking out next. So we've gotten those two screws out, and now what we have to do is over to the right side of the device there's a SIM card tray, and we will use a SIM card ejector tool to remove the SIM card and the micro SD card from the device. And now that you've gotten the SIM card tray removed, we'll take a suction cup, put it down here on the bottom of the phone, and take a pry tool such as an Disassembly and pry in between the bezel and the frame, running it all the way up the side to the very top. You'll want to do this on both sides. There are clips there that is all that's keeping that screen to the bezel. I'm sorry, the screen to the frame. So just be careful. You don't want to ruin or break any of those clips. Just kind of pry gently and you'll hear it unsnap. And so once you unsnap the first side, work your way up the second and it unsnaps a lot easier. And just like that, you've got the screen off the frame, and then you can work on taking the screws out of the logic board next. We'll take the back frame here, we'll take it, put it off to the side. We don't need it anymore. So what we have is we have 6 screws here that we need to unscrew, and they're all the same size, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about getting them messed up. We'll set them off to the side, but before we do that we have to dislodge the digitizer ribbon, which is that ribbon there, and then of course the rear facing camera. Once you dislodge those, we can work on unscrewing the other 6 screws here and then removing the logic board before we have to remove the camera. So now it's time to remove the logic board. Be careful. You don't really even need anything to pry up with it. You can just lift it just like that. Just be very careful of where the digitizer ribbon is here toward the top. You want to kind of maneuver it, but it just pops right out. So no problems there. And we'll just set this off to the side and get working on the camera. Now you don't want to just pull the camera out here. There is adhesive under it, so you'll want to get like a plastic spudger or an X-Acto knife or something, whatever you can use to pry under it, and it should pop off just like that. The last thing we have to remove here from the frame would be this earpiece, and basically do the same thing we did with the camera. Take your spudger or your X-Acto knife and pry under it. There's a very small amount of adhesive under it, and you'll just pry under it and it pops out. So here we have our new screen, and it pretty much looks identical. There's a few things, little adhesive pieces that we'll have to take off, but other than that, it'll work. So now what we'll want to do is we'll want to take the earpiece and we'll need to attach it to the frame here. And now once we've got the earpiece back in, we'll go ahead and grab the logic board, put it back into place. Just line it up with the 6 screw holes that are there in the frame. Be mindful of the fact that you still have a digitizer cable over here to the left side, so you don't want to damage that. And then you'll take the camera and slide it back up underneath the little piece of metal here, frame. And once you slide it in snug, you can snap it back into place, and then you can snap the digitizer back in, and then work on putting those 6 screws back in. Okay, and now that the screws are all in, everything's back in place, we'll want to take the new screen and reattach it to the frame. Just be careful when you're snapping everything back in. Kind of angle it at the top if you can, and then start snapping downward, and it seems to go in a little bit easier that way. Now that everything is snapped back into place there, we need to go ahead and put the 2 screws back in at the bottom here, and then it's as simple as just screwing these in, getting the battery assembly and lining it up correctly, and then we'll have ourselves a good working brand new screen. And then you just line the battery up and push it back into the frame like that until you hear it snap. Don't forget the micro SD card and SIM card. Power the device on, make sure everything's working, and that's it. We are done here, and if this video was helpful, please thumbs up, like it, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hope it helps.